Hello, and welcome to Florida, Miami. We are here, uh, adjacent to the Hard Rock Stadium, home to the Dolphins, Miami Dolphins. But today we are going to be racing here, not playing anything else here. We're in F1 23, 13 drivers on the grid today, much less than the usual. But new addition today will be Faizan, who will be driving for McLaren. And apart from that, everyone else same. Still a fight going between Slowy Red and Rage Nail for the top. Rage Nail right now leading the EFR League Season 1. And Archit is coming out on mediums. That is quite a bold choice to start on with. Just to test out, I think. Let's see who is closing up and starting his lap. Okay, that was strange. What just happened there? The Red Bull is lagging, I think. And goes into the wall. Let's follow Satvik Reddy. Oh, he has already given his first lap. So nothing to follow there, I must say. Assuming Aman is lagging a bit. I don't know what has happened. Janet, okay. From Zenith there also. Faizan on his first hot lap. Yep, I think other drivers who have given time on the sheet are Archit and Prabaldeep, both in the 130s, whereas Satvik Reddy has posted the time of 129.270. Faizan invalidating his lap off the track. Oh, Regional getting close with his rival, arch rival, one of his rival, Rhino. Now Rhino will lead away and get to racing. Doesn't want to fight right now. There is no need to fight right now. They all can have equal chance to go on the fastest lap. As Rhino begins his fastest, like in his hot lap, so will Rage Nail. Let's follow these both and stay on board with them. So we are in round 9 out of 12 rounds. We are still remaining. The remaining tracks are Qatar, LaSalle International Circuit, then Brazil. We will end the night Yas Marina. So following these two, Rage Nail is in the pits. Okay. I saw him going out and now he's in the pit. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but let's stick with Rhino for now and see how his lap will fare. Comes around the last corner, this sharp hairpin which goes on to the main straight with the DRS open, and he goes 127.860. Okay, that was one mighty lap. That was one mighty of a lap. Still many drivers remaining to put on any time in the sheet. Janet Lee will now go across the line and will put his time, that is P4, 130.006. Slow rate coming up at 128.545 P2 for now. Still, Regional is in the pits. So, yeah. Chocolate going to P3 with 128.826. People are entering into 128, but the time to beat right now is in P for a second as I come back. Wait. Yep, we are back. I think Aman is on his first hot lap. He hasn't put any time on the sheet till now. Driving for the Red Bull as a reserve in place of Rishi. Brakes quite early on the exit of the hairpin, on the exit, and now let's see what time he will be posting. Will be out of top 10, but not top 10. No, not even 10 drivers have put the time on the sheet, so he still is P9 with a timing of 130.813. Heels Knees is in the pits. Faizan is on his out lap now. Thornid also. Thornid is on his hot lap. So he has given his personal best in the second sector. Let's see what the Mercedes are behind. For Miami, did they add in the real water? No, they haven't added the real water. It's still blue painted concrete, I suppose. So yeah, we are still with that, no water. And Miami thought it goes P4 with a timing of 129.257. Let's see where Faizan is still complete lap. Also, Steels is still in the pits. See, this Ferrari driver has shown quite performance in the last few races, winning 2 of the last 3 races. Faizan starts his first hot lap in EFR Season-1. Still 8 minutes to go. Still a couple of chances can be obtained from the drivers who are currently in the pit or thinking to go out and give out a much faster lap. 30.544 in the first sector for Faizan and McLaren. Quite smoothly through the chicane, I must say. To the longest straight of the circuit, the DRS open. Come along the final right curve of the track and goes P5. That is P5 for Faizan in the McLaren. Quite close to P4 and P6 both. So still room for improvement from other drivers. Rage Nail has put on the time on the sheet, and that is just good enough for P4 right now. Okay. I'm expecting much more pace from him for sure as the leader of the pack till now. He's still second and 2/10 away from P1. So yep, he always gives the best in the last. So let's see what he will perform. He'll be giving the fastest lap in the end for sure. Right now, I think Rhino is out on a prep lap. Just an out lap. Prometheus, who has moved on to P10 now, will surely be trying to improve his position. His companion Slowy Red is currently P3 in the pits. I think everyone will now go in the pits and switch on to fresh rubber and give out the last go. See how much faster they can be. Sneeds is the only driver who hasn't given any time. He hasn't posted any time on the sheet. Still in the pit. Yep. Okay, that is a Red Bull. And I suppose that is Aman, who is lagging a lot. Prometheus, I presume he forgot to switch on the ERS, or he is on a prep lap, then a hot lap, then a out lap, and then a hot lap. I don't know. So, yep. Many of the cars in the pits. Rhino improving 3/10 in the first sector. He is on his second run right now, and I think this will be his final run before anyone else come out on the track. 3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. The session, the quality for round 9 in Miami here. Miami. Screaming Alfa Romeo of Rhino, currently sitting P1, has improved in the first sector. Is right. Quite a tire lock happening there, but landing it on the exit as he goes across the line and improves by a lot, and still P1, still provisional pole with the timing of 127.367. So quite a target for Regional to achieve. He is currently on his out lap and jumps the corner. Has to save time on the out lap. Yep. Multiple times. We are on board with Prometheus right now, who is on his last attempt, last go to improve his timing from P10. Let's see where he will stand at the end of his lap. Currently 129, and he improves to P6 from P10. 128.849, a bit of improvement from the last time. Now, let's see how Rage Neil will fight this time of 127.367 posted by Rhino. Rage Neil currently P4 with the timing of 128.683. And he has improved by 4/10 the first sector. Almost perfect, I must say, that first sector was. Towards the uphill and chicane. The first year this section was quite a bit pain, and now drivers are weaving it straight. And somehow he is making his way through, as these drivers are on their out lap and some seconds are remaining. So I don't know if they'll be able to reach to the end. By the time clock runs out, Rajnil will now be posting his time. That is good for P2. So, yep, Rhino will take professional pole for now. As now, let's see who else is improving. Red is not improving. Chocolate. Okay, he has just begun his last attempt, I think. So Rhino and Reddy are done, and so is Rajnil. Yeah, obviously he's also done with his final attempt. Slowy Red hasn't improved in the first sector, sitting P4. Satvik Reddy P3. Chocolate. Let's see if he improves in the first sector, and he does improve by 4/10. So that is a mighty improvement. Sector 2 still not seeing any improvement from Slowy Red here. Slowy Red will now go across the line and will stay P4. Let's see now. This Faizan on a outlap. He hasn't improved in the final sector, so I think he will not be improving here also. Let's see. As he go across the line, not improving. Let's see Shaka Lade if he is improving. So I assume he'll be the final one to give any go at the pole. So for now, the pole still is with the Rhino. And we see, great improvement from Thorned and Urchit. Thorned P4 and Chocolate going P4. And that is the grid, my good audience. Rhino on pole, P2, Rajnil, P3, Satvik Reddy, then Chocolate, then Thorned P5, Janetri P6, P7 Archit, P8 and P9 to the William guys, Faizan P10, in the McLaren, probably P11, P12 to Steel Sneeze and P13 Aman. That is it from the quali session. Now we'll move on to our main event, that is the race. Yep. From P4 to P8, there is not much a gap. Till P10, even I would say there is not a gap, just 5/10 between all of them. But yeah, that is all which is required. Let's see what strategy these drivers will be opting now. So this race is quite crucial for Slowy Red to make any sort of attempt, and also for Rhino to gain some point, and somehow hope for Rajnil to ruin his own race. We don't want, obviously. But yep, anything can happen on turn one. And so on. This is a street circuit, not your regular open circuit. 5 sides out, and here we go. I'm so sorry, I just got off the screen, but here we go. Turn one. Everyone going in smoothly. Ferrari and Haas is a quite contact there between Chocolate and Satvik Reddy, but everything going fine. Prometheus has moved on quite a bit, quite a few places to P4, and Ferrari has lost a few places. Slowy Red has lost a few places. Faizan has moved down the order to P13 as we go through the grid now, which is pretty much settled, I suppose. Archit going around Jenith Lee, and he is being followed by Slowy Red and Prabhaldeep quite closely as they go down the straight. And yep, Slowy Red is right there on the tail of Haas. Farchit here, both going alongside, using all of the energy deployment. Stays on the outside and will take that position away from Archit, moving on to P10. Rhino has taken quite a bit of a lead from Rage Nail. 1.3 is that lead. Prometheus, oh my god, P4. Let me just drag my companion to the com box and then we can be able to do that. Yep, my friend, how are you?
Hey man,
Yeah,
how are you guys? I think we are receiving at Miami today.
yes, Miami round 9. We are in Miami, and Steve Seas has moved down the order again to P12. Something happening in the back between Faizan and Prabal Deep. How are you able to watch it? Do you want me to stream here? As Slowy Red has
Yeah,
retired from the race. Oh my god, the only person who was giving chase to the championship has. Oh, he is DNF'd out of the race. I don't know what has happened there, but virtual safety car is out. Faizan has moved up to P7 now. So, yep, 2 laps have gone. One DNF, Slowy Red of Williams is out. I will
yeah, just send me an invite.
send you the invite. Yep, done.
Right.
So, Slowy Red is already out. Oh my god, that is pretty
Oh
upset.
damn, I still haven't got my feed yet, but it's surprising considering that was one of your top players. And damn man,
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
yeah,
But
Rhino
yeah,
is currently leading quite comfortably from Rage Nail. Rhino on soft and Rage Nail on medium compound. DRS has been enabled this lap now. Chocolate moving closer to Prometheus now. Prometheus is running on soft compound, but still not in grips with his car, I suppose. As Aman has received a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Might have caused some damage to his front wing. Has caused him to pit and also Steve Sneeze in the pit. So let's go through the tire compound. Thorned, okay, a strange strategy. As Chocolate making a move on the inside of Prometheus. Prometheus losing that final podium place and moving down to P4. Now Satvik Reddy will also make a move on Prometheus. Okay, they both come together, Satvik and Prometheus. There was a bit of clash between both drivers. Thorned has also made a move on Prometheus. So Prometheus, who was running P3, is now down to P6, and I suppose there might be some damage to his front wing also. Yes, there is.
yeah,
He is
yeah, a
missing his
huge.
left end plate. Yep.
Yep, so going into all that chicanes at turn 13, 14, 15 is pretty tricky, and obviously, I believe that incident was down about to happen because you cannot have four cars going into a single corner and at such a high, tight street circuit. But yeah, loss for the Williams as currently he's running P6 behind the Mercedes of Hornet. Maybe he might come into the pits, who knows? But fastest lap currently been set by Rage Nail, 130.3 on the medium tires, and we are only on lap 4. So, yeah, intriguing strategy right here. So, whom are we looking at right now?
So right now we're looking at Rhino to somehow maintain this lead and come out as the winner at the end. As Slowly Red, one of the main competitor of Rage Nail, is out of the race. We are
Right,
remaining with Rhino to give any fight to Rage Nail. But
right,
Rage Nail,
right.
as I can see now, is quite close. And
Yeah,
under
he
that deer
yeah.
is timing, I must say.
Yeah, significantly he closed the gap. He's got the DS advantage, but he's almost out of ERS. So yeah, one Arsenal out of his pocket right now for the lead. But as you can see, that Rhino currently has again established a gap over a second right now. These upcoming laps will be very crucial to decide the winner of the race so far. But yeah, significant difference between P2 and P3 right now. Slowcade currently having his own battle with the Haas of Reddy. Currently, he's trying to close up enough ERS and will get DRS in the upcoming straight. And yeah, sector 3, this is the major opportunity to make a gains on the person next to you. And so far, not trying to make any hasty moves. The Haas comes out to the left side and he makes the move. And Satokrati moves up to P3. And Slowcade is now P4. That Slowcade, I believe, will get the DRS advantage for at turn from starting mode turn 19 on the main straight. And yeah, he is trying to defend. He will try to defend going down into the first line. He and it's so close, man. Almost a car's length between them. But yeah, two intriguing battles, such and sin. P1, P2, P3, and P4. So yeah, people, we are in for an interesting race so far.
Yeah, Prometheus has finally gone into the pits. He lost a couple of more positions from Faizan and Archit, and he decided to go in and switch on to new rubber and also a new wing. Yeah,
Right.
Brazil is under 4 tenths now to Rhino, and I think obviously he will be overtaking him going into the next corner, diving in, but no, he is conserving his tires, not locking up on the exits
Yeah.
of these corners because that will harm your tire tenths
But
and
yeah, yeah. Meanwhile, Slokate is again trying to close the gap between himself and the Haas. But yeah, they also didn't make the move respectively as P1 and P2, and Faisal has made gains over Urchit, currently sitting at P6 right now.
yeah,
Well, multiple
Faizan is
battles on the
racing
track.
his first race as a reserve for the McLaren here. So
Right.
quite a good race for him till now.
Right. So we have the battle between P1, P2, P3, P4, P6, and P7, and meanwhile others are trying to jockey for position. Yeah, Steel Sneeze is trying to make gains on the Williams of Prometheus right now.
Yep, Prometheus has come out
Barely,
on fresh
yeah,
hard.
right,
So
right. So
yep,
he
I
will
think on the
obviously
next
get us.
straight, yep, he'll get a DRS, and obviously now Steel Sneeze will easily, I presume, will overtake him.
Right, right. Obviously, looking
And
at the strategy
Chocolate
right now,
has
yeah.
overtaken Satvik Reddy there, and
Uh,
now moving up to P3.
Right. As I was saying, I believe Prometheus will be going in for the long run. He switched onto hard tires so far, and again, Steel Stays is coming back at him. And yeah, he's almost on the inside line. He'll try to make the move on the mediums, and he does make the transition. And now, yeah, the Williams is at P10 and Stacey is P9. That is somehow bad in my opinion, but currently Steve is running on medium tires. Prometheus is hard, so might not take any risks so far. Not he doesn't obviously want to go into the pits a second time so soon. But
Yep,
yeah, he,
obviously. Up front, Satvik Reddy making move on Chocolate, but Chocolate coming back and it curiously he came back on back corner, and now I think Satvik Reddy will have the DRS after the chicane on this long straight.
right. They must try to conserve as much ERS to defend. This is what I'm saying when I'm talking about the Ferrari. Obviously, the Haas will be getting the DRS from then on. He will try to make a move here, but obviously, he should be aware that there's a DRS zone just next to the after the hairpin. But yeah, again, he makes the move, and yeah, and he comes out ahead of the Ferrari. And I believe that Ferrari will be getting the DRS advantage, or he will try to make a move going in down the first turn, and he comes back, dives down on the inside line. He obviously gives the space, and again, lots of switcheroo going down into those two DRS zones, and yeah, they're making this fight really entertaining. Meanwhile, up to the front, the Red Bull is trying to catch the Alfa Romeo so far. Obviously, you also get DRS on this straight, but it's pretty risky considering the amount of left and right turns which come up. We have a sector 3 yellow flag right now. Someone must have gone off, in my opinion. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see anyone who's off the track. There
Right.
is no off the
Mhm.
track place to see that anyhow.
Right. Anyhow, Gently and
Satvik
Amildarius
Reddy
is
coming back again on Chocolate. So I think these guys will keep on switching positions DRS to DRS zone.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Thornett should just keep his car as close as possible as he's running on like hard compounds. He's going on for a
right.
long run.
Hmm.
So fight up front will surely help him.
Right. I believe one of them, either Haas or the Ferrari, must try to play the long game. Make sure that they get enough breathing space in between the DRS zones because, yeah, we are seeing action every time they're going on to those detection zones right now, and I believe they might end up, running their tires too hard, and that's not something which you would like to have on this circuit. But obviously, if it worked for Max Verstappen, real life started from P9 this year, went on to win the race. So yeah, anything can happen.
Yep, for sure. Anything can happen here. And it's good to see that these cars are exchanging positions and maintaining a fair distance between each other.
Yeah.
So
But
kudos to that. But yeah,
mhm.
for sure. Uh, Racing sometimes can also ruin your race, so you have to be clever about that.
Yeah. You go in for the long run. Maybe one of them might try to undercut them because obviously the undercut in this game is pretty decent, pretty good in my opinion. So yeah, try to not lose too much time ahead with the front runners because obviously Thornett is just sitting back, currently seeing the action. He's still off by 2 seconds, but who knows? Maybe the hard runners might try to get the larger end of the straw today. But
Yeah.
yeah, and right now, Rhino is the only one who's running on soft tires. Obviously, in due time, they will obviously give away, and Rage Nail might try to reserve because he's on medium tires. They'll obviously last longer. But as they go down the third DRS zone in sector 3, I don't believe Rage Nail might try to make a move. But yeah, he's still behind them as they go into the hairpin. Obviously, as I said before, he might try to play the long game, try to make the move in turn one. The Red Bull again gets the DRS, and he will try to close that gap as much as he can. Not much usage of ERS being noted by the system so far, but yeah, I think the Red Bull has understood that. To try, Rhino will obviously come down to the pits. So yeah, why not make sure that when he comes, he might try to make some kind of an overcut, maybe. Yeah, let's see. Meanwhile, again, the Haas and the Ferrari jockeying for position. One of them is really desperate to get onto P3. The Haas is weaving on those lanterns and straights, and yeah, these things are getting really crazy, and it would be a real shame, guys, if you are not careful. But going down into the second tier zone, the Haas might try to see if he can have a look with the Ferrari, but who knows? What do you say, Sachin?
I'm just worried about the same thing that these drivers degrading their tires. I think
Right,
Regional should stick by and stick at the back and just sail behind him with the help of DRS, preserving
right,
his tires because obviously Rhino will have to pit in the coming couple of laps, I presume. Or
right,
I'm not sure how well he is conserving his tires. And
right,
if
right,
he
right.
is conserving it well, that will give a sign to Regional also to go long and switch on to softs later.
But I believe that the Haas will is again coming back at the Ferrari. But yeah, it's getting a little funny because these guys are having constantly battling, and obviously Rhino has come into the pits now finally. So yeah, it is very crucial that their tire strategies work out. What do you say, Sachin? How
Yeah,
are we
oh,
looking?
Satvik almost going into the wall there. Both of them are hitting ruthlessly as Chocolate still maintaining the lead. Stays on the outside, comes back and still maintaining that P2 position.
Yeah,
As
it's way
Rhino comes out P6, so that's not a bad position to come out.
right.
The gap is, I presume, from leader. Let's see what the gap from the leader is. So he is 18 seconds away from the leader.
Right. So obviously on his his new set of medium tires, it might be very helpful for the person who was just leading the race a lap ago. But I think there was a little scuffle going into the first couple of turns at turn 2, turn 3, where the Haas might have had a little trouble keeping the car on track. But Haas again takes care of the advantage, almost pushes the Ferrari into the walls right now. But yeah, he has come back at the Ferrari and now is sitting at P2. A great battle. I think now it would be the Ferrari's turn, but he is not running much on ERS right now. And meanwhile, the Haas might try to get away as much as he can because the Ferrari will obviously be coming at him with the DRS. And we have a time penalty. The Red Bull, which is running at P12, has just a 0.3 second time penalty. That is a shame, but yeah. And going down to the hairpin, not much changes so far. Again, one DRS zone after another, and Haas might try to take a look, but now I think they might just sit and relax for a while because obviously not many people can take this much of racing action lap after lap, but go nuts, guys, in my opinion. But yeah,
Rhino has moved up to P5 now, so he's working his medium tires already. Now Thornid has reached like under the DRS zone with Satvik, and Satvik has
right.
moved out of that DRS zone from Chocolate. So, yep,
Man,
Thornid has been
as I
sitting
was
for
saying, right?
quite a
Yeah,
while,
right,
witnessing
right,
what is going in front, and now might be the opportunity to make a move. Faizan receiving a 3 second time penalty for going around the
right,
track
right,
multiple
right.
times.
Yeah, as I
But
was saying, right.
Rhino, oh my god, what
Oh
is
man,
this?
oh, crazy move! A really crazy move, in my opinion. That Rhino really wants to take back his position at P1 right now. Sapagrati
Two
has
places at once.
just gained.
Sonnet not maintaining his car on the track, going into the wall a bit.
Right,
I don't know how much the damage is, but oh my god, Rhino.
right. That was a very bold move. Actually, it would have really, not made much of a difference. Currently, he was already closing the gap with his new tires. But as I was saying, Satvik Reddy was struggling with his car going into turns 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Those are very tricky corners to keep your car on the track. But yeah, he got the short end of the stick and now is running out of the DRS limit behind the Ferrari. So yeah,
Yep.
overall, but now Satvik Reddy is coming down into the pits. He might try a potential undercut right now over the Ferrari, try to maintain the last podium position. But yeah, pretty yes, pretty great lap in my opinion. Very bold moves been made. And about Thornett, his hard tires finally started to come alive. He obviously wanted to take take a cake out of that Ferrari and half battle, but not a bad deal so far. Obviously, he is in for the long run, but currently Archit on his Haas is chasing him down. Less grip maybe because he just swapped out a little bit on that corner, but yeah, the Haas will be getting that DR zone. He will try to make a move on the Mercedes. And what do you think, Sachin?
I was
Yeah,
just
obviously
thinking
he's
that
in for it.
as you discussed about Mercedes, and Mercedes is losing its position, so that is
Man.
happening. Oh, but he's coming back and pushing Haas all the way alongside. But now will be the time to back out as we are going up the chicane. As Aman has DNF and he's out of the race. Oh my god, what happened here? I
Right.
don't know. And
I
this might give an opportunity for you know drivers who haven't pitted to go into the
Right.
pits. Do we have safety car? No, we don't. Okay.
No, not so far here, but he has DNF'd on the main straight. Maybe if there were many combatants, but yeah, the Red Bull is moving very slowly according to the track map. But
And
I don't
Rajnil is
believe
in
they
the
will
pits.
have.
Rajnil is in the pits
Right,
now.
right,
And
right,
he's
right,
coming
right,
out
right.
on hearts.
Well,
So
obviously, yeah, starting on the mediums, he obviously cannot go on the softs at this point of the race. Obviously, 16 laps to go. Their tires might get groggy, but yeah, I think he retained his position pretty well. So currently, has come out behind the Ferrari of Slowgate, running at P3 now. So yeah, that was not what he may have wanted. Obviously, PS1 Rhino, his strategy worked very well, and is now having a difference of 5 seconds to his one of his main competitors. So yeah, pretty great strategy in
but
my opinion.
we
Obviously,
also have to keep a note of that running on mediums, Rajnil was able to give out 12 laps and we
right,
are
right.
still left with 16 laps to go.
Yeah, and another retirement right now. Prometheus
Prometheus
has
has
just
retired into the pits, I suppose. So I suppose the same thing happened with Aman, who retired into the pits. So, yep.
right, right. I believe that Red Bull was almost on the track, but I don't know what happened there. These DNFs are a bit of a mystery to me. I didn't see any damage to them while we were still monitoring them. But anyhow, what can I say? So yeah, Rhino currently is now holding a very significant gap to Rage Neil. He would try to compensate for that, but it's you must be glad because all the drivers who are currently running in the race will be getting some amount of points now because
Yep, yeah,
obviously
yeah.
then yeah.
They will be happy. It would be unfortunate as what happened with Aman in the last race. So what
Right.
happened? Sandeep Maridu DNF'd on the last lap,
Hmm.
and Aman was running P11. But the
Hmm.
fact is that he hasn't completed that amount of distance that you have to complete in regard to the race leader. And
Hmm.
Sandeep, even after retiring, he had completed that distance. So
Hmm.
even after retiring, he got the point, and Aman didn't receive any point.
Ah man, that's a shame.
So
But
yeah,
yeah, cannot be helped.
unfortunately.
But now, right now, I believe Rhino must be careful with maintaining his medium tires as there's still 15 laps to go. And again, we have a caution flag at sector
Hornet,
three. There's been
I think that is Janet Lee of
yeah,
Alfa Romeo on the final
right,
hairpin.
right, right. He's moving really slowly right now. Must have had a very bad exit coming out of that corner, but obviously gets away scot free. I don't believe he has suffered any major damage. The front wing is still intact, in my opinion, but yeah, still
Yeah, I think
still
just
has
he
lost a lot
just
of
had a
time. Yeah,
overspin and went right into the wall, like
right,
facing
right.
into the wall. But yeah,
Yeah,
no visual
must be
damage.
yeah, yeah, must be very lucky, you know. Yeah, he hasn't had any major damage which might require him to pit again. But yeah, generally you're still getting a singular point. You're still off by quite a lot, but I believe that you still would be happy at the end of the day. Meanwhile, your teammate is currently running away with the win at Miami. Where right now he's still currently managing his tires and his lap times very well, still a second difference for 5 seconds. And now Slokid, the Ferrari of Slokid is kind of coming down into the pits. Pretty, yeah, pretty took a long time to, you know, try to make use of the strategy. But Ferrari makes, you know, unusual strategies, hoping for it to pay out. But what do you think? Like, was it the right window?
I think he should have come a lap earlier, a lap or two earlier, as Satvik Reddy has made the move on him and is now P4 ahead of him.
And yeah, yeah, and check out Prabhaldev and Five Zan. The Alpine just overtook the McLaren when they came into the pits. But I believe Five Zan has lost out here. He was in the pits for quite a lot of time, in my opinion. But Prabhaldev made use of that opportunity, has moved up to P8 now. And they will be going down right till the end on the fresh hard tires. The final, I believe, the final person to make use of their strategy would be Thornet and Steel Sneeze and Janet, I believe. Yeah, lots of strategies which I have gotten to witness today here at Miami. But so far, that lead which I was telling you about, Rhino's lead of 5 seconds has just reduced drastically to 3.7. So I believe Rage Near's hard tires have just started to come to life. So what we can expect now, Sachin?
I think, yeah, Rhino must be feeling that soon he might just have to go into the pits or manage these tires, maintain
Mhm.
a certain amount of distance, keep him away, not let him enter the DRS zone, because as soon as Rage Nail will breathe that DRS space, and then I think nothing can stop him. As Thornet finally
Right,
going into the pits now, he will switch on to medium compound, I presume. Yep. And let's see where will he come out.
right, right, right.
Yeah, Archit on the main straight, he will overtake Thorned. And Steel Shoes also will overtake him, I suppose.
Right, and then he will be, yeah, it's going to be very close between the McLarens and the Alpine as the Mercedes just coming out of the corner. But yeah, I believe he will be, yeah, he will come out of ahead of the McLaren and the Alpine battle. So I believe it has paid off so far because obviously Thornet was just biding his time, and now I think he might try to challenge for the top 5 position. So yeah, I believe it was a fine strategy, but yeah, cannot be commented on. Meanwhile, as I can say that distance, that gap between Rage and Rhino has reduced, decreasing as we go lap by lap. We might have a battle at our hands, ladies and gentlemen, but Rhino obviously has the faster medium tires. Let us see how much he can make those tires work. 12 laps to go so far, so obviously it might be very tricky for the Alfa Romeo to hold on, as the lap times are just getting very sleazy in my opinion. Rage Neil is obviously hunting for the win now.
Yeah, he is deploying all of his ERS to decrease this gap as early as he can, because I presume the only safe bet what Rhino can do is later go on into the pits on softs and go for the fastest lap, as Tonnet and Faizan are fighting for the position at the back as they come out of the final hairpin, and Faizan is still in front. Now Tonnet will have the DRS on the main straight as
Right,
let's see. No, he is quite good to make any move. Yeah,
right.
and you'll have to wait to make any move. Faizan has taken that position away from him, but
Right.
Faizan also has a 3 second time penalty.
I see. So yeah, Torrent must try to hold on to the back of that McLaren. Obviously, in real life, even Mercedes is struggling to keep up with the McLaren so far. But right now, Steve Sneeze has, since the start of the race, has made up a massive amount of 6 positions. I think he is on a roll. The Ferraris are doing pretty great work, but the Haas's have one up them so far, currently sitting P3 and P5. That
Yep,
is
as
really
I can
surprising.
see, Thorned with the help of DRS will surely go and make that move happen. But oh, they both come almost together, going on the
Yeah, goes.
outside, and
Yeah,
oh my god.
yeah, obviously going down into that circular turn, you cannot take any risk. The Mercedes is being pushed wide a lot going into this part of the track, but
Rhino is pitting, as I told you that the safe bet will be that he will go into the pits and switch on to
oh,
a
okay,
fresher compound and come out P2,
right,
because
right, right.
winning would have been impossible for him to maintain those mediums till the end.
All right, all right, all right. This is getting very intriguing because a very similar kind of strategy, ladies and gentlemen, we had witnessed back in 2021 at Spain, if I remember correctly. Before that, Hungary 2019 with same combatants, Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, with Hamilton coming up on top in both of those races, because he obviously tried a very similar strategy, tried to switch on to the medium tires again, fresher tires, try to see which car would have the most grip. And now the countdown begins, because Rhino has a lot of work to do. He has to catch up to the Red Bull and again try to make that move, make that overtake for the Rage, Rage against Rage Nail for the race win. And now it's only a matter of time. He still has we still have around 11 laps to go. He must turn in some qualifying laps, lap
Yeah,
times.
I was thinking
Yeah,
of the same, that he'll have to go out and give one quali lap after another, and
right.
a session
But
of medium quali laps.
yeah, right. But obviously, since he has so much free air in front of him, there's no one stopping him except any kind of driver error, in my opinion. But if you can see at the start of the main third sector DRS zone, we have a bunch of cars, 4 cars lined up one behind the other in a DRS zone, which is kind of funny because we have Steel Series, Torrid, Zan, and Deep, who are trying to jockeying for the position of P6 right now. And yeah, mega battle heating up, but one of our top competitors trying to play the long game right now. Meanwhile, Slowkid and Shatokrati are trying to revive their battle from earlier in the race. Both are on hard tires, barely a difference of any tire degradation between them. So yeah, they can go all out racing now, I think.
Yeah, these two drivers are the ones I've noticed they have fought the most. 19 laps have gone, and I've seen at least 10 laps of them just
Right,
coming close to each other and lapping or just overtaking one another. So, yeah, great racing from these guys, I must say. As now
right.
Chocolate is trying to make a move on the inside, and he will make that move happen as they go around again and will enter uphill to the chicane, which is quite a strange section for me.
Right.
Going up the hill and then almost, there is a chicane for you.
Yeah,
uh,
obviously, yeah. Obviously, we last year we saw Verstappen almost having a very tight tussle there, and obviously in game even I have this small necessity to try to go over that track limits line, which is preceding the chicane. But yeah, Haas is coming back again at the Ferrari going to the hairpin, and Rhino has now taken the fastest lap of the race. Obviously, that medium tire is starting to come to life, but if the Ferrari won't back down, and he will be getting the DRS
None
zone.
of
He's
them
side
is
by side.
backing
Yeah,
out. None of them is
right,
backing out.
right. And they go into the first one, and now the Haas comes up ahead. And yeah, these guys are inseparable. But now the Ferrari is coming ahead. Okay, he didn't beat, and he goes wide, and he has gone a lot. He took a lot of that tarmac along with him. But these guys are just not backing down, taking all kinds of lines which is available to them, and the both hard tire runners, and obviously this Ferrari is starting to get a little bit tipsy going into this first sector, but still be will be getting that DRS advantage and will be trying to make that move on the Haas. All right, the Ferrari must be careful, and as he dives down on the outside of the Haas, will he try to assert his position? Obviously, he makes a move again. I think we have seen the similar battle so for some laps so
Yep.
far. Yeah, and pretty good, great move. Obviously, he knew the tricky line which he had to take, but Satvik Reddy is now has lost a bit of time now, and is but will might be getting that. No, I do. Yeah, he will be getting that DRS advantage. No, his rear wing didn't open. Believe it was around a gap of a second when they went through that detection zone, but Slow Kid again has to come out on top when it comes to this battle, and now the Haas is as left at P4 and P5. Such and Sin, this was really intense.
Yeah, these guys are keeping it intense all the way, and now Satvik Reddy has moved a bit far away from that battle, but not that far away. Any mistake from Chocolate will give Satvik Reddy a chance to bounce back and take that position. Final podium place back as it's a red, uh, yellow flag is being waved in the final
Right,
sector. What happened there?
right. Yeah, a little bit of a oopsie when it came. I think it involved Janatli and potentially one of the. I think probably maybe.
No, it
Yeah,
was
the
Rage
blue
Neil
car.
who was, I think,
Uh,
was lapping Janet Lee, and yeah,
right. Yeah, a little bit of commotion there, I believe.
yep.
So yeah, he still is getting away, but I believe that Alfa Romeo must have cost him a little bit of time. Maybe they must have communicated with the team to try to hold him down. But since under blue flags, you have to give way. And the gap is coming down even more. And now Rage
Rage
Nail
Neil
has
has
come into the
pitted,
pits.
and
All
now for
right.
sure
Yeah,
he'll be pitting for softs to
yeah.
get that fastest lap also.
All
So
right.
yeah, bold
Now this
moves.
is yeah, this was very intriguing. The Red Bull team must have been like, all right, third time will not be the charm for their competitors, and now it's it's the Alfa Romeo which has to run for his life now. And man, this is getting intense. Only 7 laps to go. He has come out on the soft tires, and Rhino must be quick as he can get now to try to get this race win, which may have been served up to him on a platter. He must be very surprised with that strategy. But yeah, great mind games between the two competitors. That's I think this has really built up to a great race here at Elite EFR, Elite Formula Racing, and yeah, let us see how it goes from now.
See, it's all about exchanging the advantages. So Rhino was having advantage over Rage Nail having a better
Right, and
compound.
yeah,
But now
yeah.
it has switched. Now Rage Nail 7 laps, 5 seconds, and better compound.
Yeah, and now the Rhino must be thinking just to count down the laps as fast as he can, because obviously a hungry shark in the name of Rage Nail is coming up behind him. Obviously, the gap is increasing as we go down on this first sector. Only a gap of 5 seconds to them. He might try to. We may have a huge battle if there's not any kind of a yellow flag or a safety car. Well, that would just ruin things, in my opinion. But yeah, it is we're heating up right now, ladies and gentlemen. Only 6 laps to go, and we may have a huge battle in the final lap of this race. So far, we don't seem to have any much intriguing action so far. So obviously, Sato Reddy has dropped down behind the Ferrari, and he might try to settle in, might try to make sure the ERS gets charged up. But Slowcade, came out on top on the today. Great racing from both of these, and again, Gently has received a time penalty, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So yeah, Five Zan and Gently are the only two people today on the track. They'll still be getting points today, obviously, but
Yep, and Reznil giving the fastest first sector, obviously on soft compound now. 3.6 is the gap, 6 laps to go. So, yep, towards the end, it might just get much more spicy as we might see some sort of move happening at the last lap, as we saw in Zandvoort uh,
right.
when
There's
Reznil
this.
made the move on the last lap on Rhino.
Man, the end of this race just cannot come sooner enough as Chetley is about to get lapped again, this time by his own teammate. Not a good look for the Alfa Romeo team so far because, it might not be in their favor with the way things are going so far because obviously Rachel is hunting down Rhino at this
Janetli
point.
has spun and into the wall. He has gone into
All
the wall
right,
and
all right.
coming back has lost his front wing. Yep, he is missing that
What?
front wing and
Yeah.
jumps into the pits.
Yeah, man, I believe that was some. I thought it was a very shady move on behalf of the Alfa Romeo team. Maybe they had some kind of an attempt to force a virtual safety car or a safety car, maybe. But yeah, pretty. Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate for Janet Lee. But don't worry, Janet. A singular point is all you need today. But you must hope that your teammates somehow makes out of this mega battle, which is coming right up. Only a gap of 2 seconds to Rachel so far. The Alfa Romeo teams must be counting their chickens, and let them cook, in my opinion, as they say.
Yep. Let them cook. 5 laps still to go. Oh my god.
Ah,
I
man.
Yellow flag in the first sector. What is happening? What is happening? Please, no safety cars right now. We don't require any safety car right now.
Right. Man, no issues so far. Obviously, the only car which has been lapped is Lee. That cannot be helped from the Alfa Romeo, but Alfa Romeo is in a very tough position right now. 5 laps to go, and the clock's winding down for them. The Red Bull is on a flyer, and only 1.7 seconds. What does the Alfa Romeo team have in store? Do they have any kind of a secret boost with them? I don't believe so, but yeah, he must try to fight as much as he can because it would be an opportunity well missed if they lose out to the Red Bull. But yeah, they tried to present an Uno reverse card, but then got reversed themselves. And
Yep,
now,
as at the back, Steele's knees have made the move on Prabal Deep and he has moved on to P8. Let me just go through race director and see what compound. Steele's knees has moved from hard to medium to medium. Rhino moved
right.
from soft to medium, and Raisnail going through all three compounds available: medium, hard, and soft.
Right. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, that time has come. The Red Bull is on pace, and now Rhino must try as he might, but I believe that won't help him. Only 4 laps to go, and I don't see the Alfa Romeo making short work of the Red Bull. It would be a huge achievement if he can hold him down for the upcoming laps. But yeah, that DRS and the soft tires, they are a killer when it comes to you being the prey and him being the hunter. But yeah, the thing which he had not wanted is now transpiring, and again we have a yellow flag in sector 1. We are
It is
having
for Janet Lee again, I presume. He is still struggling on the lap. I don't know what is happening. He's
right,
and
right.
Rhino and Rage Nail still. Oh my god. Rage Nail still behind Rhino. So for Rhino, even to keep him that around the DRS zone, he can also make a move going into the final sector or even on the final hairpin. But
Right.
that will be quite ambitious and quite bold to do. But I see now Rage Nail under 5/10 will enter
Right.
the next DRS zone.
Right. And now Rhino must be trying to think what kind of move can he pull out of his arsenal when it comes to maintaining his track position. But there's only so much you can do. You can weave, you can maybe try to push your opponent wide, but the Red Bull is on a rager right now. He's coming up behind the Alfa Romeo, but again, Rage Rhino lives for another sector of the track. Only 3 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen, and this is coming up to be a mega battle between the Alfa Romeo and the Red Bull team. Whoever comes up, they won't lose any more positions considering Shlokate is 27 seconds behind the leaders so far. So obviously one of them has a free pit stop. I believe you can obviously whoever loses out can make sure they get the fast lap in the end by coming down into the pits. But yeah, again, Rhino somehow he's coming up ahead of the Red Bull. What do you
Yeah.
think? Yeah, do you think he's just biding his time? Is Rachel just making sure that he keeps his ERs charged up to make the final move, or maybe he's just waiting for the final lap just to add
I
more
mean, they both are
entertainment?
running. They both are running with quite similar ERS.
Right,
Both are around 40% of ERS deployment still remaining.
right.
But yeah, same thing which I was discussing earlier. With you pushing on softer compound, might harm more behind a car which is running on a even a older
Obviously,
harder compound. But
right.
now let's see on this straight with the help of DRS. Will Rage Nail make a move on Rhino? We are on lap 27 out of 29. Rage Nail currently P2. And now let's see.
He almost dived on it. I was trying to have a little sneak peek going in down into the first amount a couple of turn 12 and 13, but comes up still is trying to preserve his tires as much as he can. Obviously you cannot race your soft tires at such a moment's excitement, but yeah, Rage Nail, you are on a flyer right now. Obviously, has he got the fastest lap of the race so far?
I'll have to check about that. And no, it's still with the Rhino, and the gap
All
is
right, all
just
right.
of 1/10.
So yeah, so he must be like seeing if he can just try to. Oh man, only no words can describe what we are trying to witness right now as we go down to the penultimate lap, ladies and gentlemen. These two are going bonkers. Rachel might be biding his time, or he just might be getting the really great defend, putting up. Being defended by Rhino so far, but yeah,
I
this is
mean,
intense.
fair game from Rhino. He hasn't
Right,
made
right.
any bad or a clever move to move right or
Right.
left.
No, yeah. Plus, no suspicious move from the Alfa Romeo too. So, I believe there must be a gentleman's contract between them. But yeah, I believe he must have. I do think that Rachel must be biding his time just to make sure that he makes a really dramatic overtake on the final lap. Maybe I have no idea actually.
Maybe that might just happen as of the ERS. He is conserving his ERS, whereas there is still a 10% difference in the ERS deployment available.
Yeah. I don't believe that makes much of a difference. So, and yeah, man, this is hardcore. And now we have two more competitors has just stepped into the pits. Faizan and Prabil Deep has just come into the pits now, obviously giving the Ferrari the track position. I believe even they would be trying to fight for the fastest lap now, and that would be some really great stuff in my opinion. But again, ladies and gentlemen, as we go down to the final lap, Rhino is still ahead of the Red Bull. Oh man, this is intense now.
I mean, such a perfect gap which has been maintained by these drivers. I must
Right.
praise them. How Rhino is, maintaining his lead. How Rage Nail is pushing and pushing lap after lap. He's now under 4/10. 3/10 the gap is now, which is decreasing turn after turn. And now 2/10. Oh my god. Now this
Man.
is the DRS zone where the attack will happen, I suppose. The
Right.
distance
All
between
right.
both of them
Yeah.
is 3/10.
In my opinion, he must not make the move in this first DRS zone. That would be that won't help him going down into the second. second DR zone, going down to third DR zone. That would be really strange in my opinion. But again, believe Rachel knows that he will try to make that move if there is a move in him on the main third DR sector zone and the
The
sector
gap
three.
has increased to 6 tenths, so 5 tenths
All
is his
right,
gap
all
on the
right, all
final
right,
straight
right.
now.
Obviously, cannot be accounted for. But yeah, Rhino turns up his ERS. It is decreasing. Both of them have turned their ERS on as much as he can. He is being on the straight so far. The Red Bull is will make the move. Finally, he makes that move. Coming down into the final corner, Rage Nail made a wonderful strategy today, and obviously Rhino has lost out, and he comes down to win
Oh
the
my
Miami Grand
god, oh
Prix.
my god.
Oh, right. And Rhino comes around to take P2. As I was saying, he was waiting for that last minute opportunity. And yeah, man, mega
Like
battle.
Rhino tried
between-
with all his might, but kudos to
Yeah,
Rage Nail. What a move in the final
right.
hairpin.
Man.
Oh my god, what a
That
race.
was yeah, very clean racing in my opinion. And finally, our final podium holder, Slowcade, great battle with the Haas today,
Yep.
comes around to take the final spot. Very commendable move in my opinion. And now Satvik Reddy and Archer will not be sad. They got some really great constructors points today, running at P4,
P4,
P5.
P5 good and good for Thornid also coming up P6 and he is
Yeah,
pitting in. I don't know why.
well, obviously it's a race win. Why won't he? He is, he obviously had his battle with the other Ferrari fives and Prabaldeep came out on top. He bided his time with the main competitors earlier in the race, but obviously the Mercedes still needs a lot of work to keep up with those guys. But hey, at least the Mercedes finished in the top 10 this time. No
Yep.
bad luck. Yeah,
That did
maybe I
happen.
right. Obviously, N5 Zan currently running P8. The McLaren didn't have the race they wanted. Maybe they can have better luck, but who knows? I have no idea since he's pretty new to
But
the league.
still finishing
Right.
up the race and
Yeah,
having good
yeah.
amount of points. That is
Yeah, commendable for P8, but obviously the McLarens were looking to come up ahead of the Mercedes of Hornet, but obviously you live to fight another day, and finally Prabal Deep comes around P9. So yeah, our last final lap finisher today, Prabal Deep in the Alpine, but yeah, Sachinson,
oh
I
my god.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
I'm
some
glad. I'm glad I joined for today's race. I got to better some great battles. Steve Sneeze takes the driver of the day for today's race itself, and I believe we got our money's worth, ladies and gentlemen. Will we have our podium position players here in the voice chat?
no, that
All
won't be
right,
happening.
I say no problem.
We don't do
Anyhow,
that here.
nice,
We still don't do that.
great reference.
Still
Yeah,
don't do
great.
it. But yeah, congratulations to the winners. Obviously, Rage Nail making that move on the last hairpin, and Rhino also commendable. He maintained that P1 till the end, till the very end. But yeah, P2 for you finally, and Chocolate for the Ferrari, P3 for him. As we
Right,
go down the order, P4 for Satvik Reddy in the Haas, his companion Archit in the other Haas, P5 Thorid for the Mercedes, P6. He started P5. Steel Sneeze started P12, ended P7. So good point overall for the Ferrari guys. Also, Faizan P8 in the first race for McLaren. Deep in the Alpine P9 and Janetly rounding up the top 10.
right.
All other drivers didn't finish the
Well,
race.
obviously, Rhino will be happy having walked away with the fastest lap today. 19 points haul is not a bad thing at all. But yeah, great racing overall. We had mega battles, three battles at one point. So we got our money's worth today. And where are we heading to next time?
We'll be going to Losail International Circuit, that is
Ah,
Qatar,
nice. Right.
under the floodlights, and then we'll go on to Brazil. And the final race will be happening the 12th round of the season, the final race under the floodlights of
Right.
Yas Marina.
Ah, nice. That's great. And obviously, again, I believe it's the second time I've seen Rage Nail take the win today. Obviously, we had a mega battle with the Alfa Romeo. I believe his day will also come one day, in my opinion. But yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us, and we will see you guys next time.
Yep, thank you for sticking by and see you again 9 p.m. Friday. Next time we will be racing in Qatar. So till then, adios, bye bye, take care.